What are your two dots? Hello, my name is Zoe Psychowski and welcome to my YouTube channel, Zoe's Two Dots on Life. So why Zoe's Two Dots on Life? Well, the two dots above the E in my name have always played a large part of my identity, and I know that the spelling of a name doesn't really define who I am, but when every single person asks you, why don't you spell your name with a Y? It does lead to some sort of attachment. Plus, ask anyone who knows me, they'd probably tell you that I love to give my 2 cents on life. Or should I say, 2 dots on life. They'd probably also tell you that I'm really bad at puns. So today, we are going to talk about your 2 dots, what defines you, and how to become the person that you've always wanted to be. Here's what I want you to do. Take out a piece of paper and draw 2 large circles, or should I say dots. Write 2 things that make you who you are in each circle. What do you invest your time and energy in? What are your passions? We are going to call these your 2 dots on life. For me, my 2 dots on life are motivation and tennis. What's interesting about your 2 dots are the combination of these words that make you unique. I would think that there are not a lot of people out there with the same combination that you have. And that's why these are your 2 dots on life. They're 2 aspects of your life which make your days exciting and worth living. We all go through the same motions of life, school, work, relationships, but your 2 dots are the part of you that makes your life different. Without those 2 dots, life gets monotonous. Those are the things that keep you going, things you have to look forward to, and things that put you in the flow state, causing you to lose track of time and just forget about everything else. For me, planning for this video puts me in a flow state. I feel excited because it's something that I love to do, something that I get to do. No one is telling me that I have to do this. I'm doing it for the pure enjoyment of motivating other people. Relating to tennis, when I'm on the court playing, I'm in the total zone and I'm not focused on anything else except the ball in front of me. No one's telling me that I have to play. I get to play. Now, under your 2 dots, I want you to write how you are encompassing those dots into your everyday life. What are you actually doing to make that a part of your identity? What's the evidence that those are your 2 dots on life? Where's my evidence? Well, motivation, because I read self-help books, I journal, I make videos like this, I track my habits, and I spread a lot of motivation and positivity on Instagram. As for tennis, I've been playing since I was in 3rd grade. Might not have a lot of it in my life right now due to all the circumstances, but I feel like I'm getting my dose of it through my club's virtual activities. What makes a dot is the accumulation of evidence behind it. That's why it's so easy to recognize your current dots, and it's so hard to form new dots. It's easy because you know how you're spending your time. Are you intentionally taking an hour per day to work on writing a chapter of that book that you've always wanted to write? Or are you using it to scroll through social media? Now, an hour might not seem like much, but added up over a week, that's 7 hours. Imagine how much more you could be living your 2 dots on life. It goes the same for adding a new dot in your life. These dots can change. Everyone goes through different stages of their life in which interests and priorities evolve. If you feel like you're in a stage of transition and you want to become a different kind of person, then write down a new dot and activities that you could do to make that your new dot on life. For example, if you want to become someone who's in better shape, then write down the word fitness for your dot. And then under that, write down daily activities that you could do to become that. Say you want to become a morning person, and your reaction is probably something like, oh my gosh, Zoe, I could never do that. I wake up at 1 p.m. every single day. Well, hold up. That is your past accumulation of evidence. Just force yourself for the next day, the next week, the next 2 weeks to start waking up earlier, and then boom, You have accumulated evidence and momentum to call yourself a morning person. If you realize that your word doesn't have much evidence, then think about things that you can do to make that your dot on life. For example, if you wrote down the word musician, yet you haven't played a piece of music in a few months, then first think, okay, does this identity still define me? Is this still true to who I am? If so, then think about some more activities that you could do to make that your dot on life. And if not, then pick a different word, something that's more true to who you really are. This is about being honest with yourself. It's about being real with others. You're gonna feel like something is out of alignment if you tell yourself and others you are one thing, but you actually aren't and you don't have any evidence to support it. If I stand here and tell you that I am the most positive, optimistic person ever, yet I'm actually the most negative, pessimistic person out there, then something is off. I do have my moments of negativity. Ask my sister. I'm not perfect, but think of it as a scale. If I'm more positive than I am negative, then the scale is tipped towards being more positive. For example, if your dot is fitness and you have a lot of evidence to show that you work out every day, you eat really healthy, but yet you like to eat ice cream once in a while, then this doesn't totally rid you of your fitness identity. So your dots can be anything: a writer, a soccer player, a chef, a painter, a motivational speaker. My goal is to accumulate videos, aka evidence, to call myself a motivational speaker. I'm going to release a new video every single Saturday for the next 4 months. When I was prepping for this video, I felt unsure. Thoughts started to go through my head like, is this good enough? Is this even worth my time or energy? Is this really gonna make a difference? But then I just stopped myself. I realized that I had to start somewhere. If you want to be or do something, then you have to take the first step. You really don't know how it's gonna work out until you try. That's really been my life philosophy. If you don't put yourself out there, then you're really never gonna know. Even if you epically fail, then at least you tried, you learned something, and you take that lesson with you into your next endeavor. There's no room for what ifs, if onlys, and regrets. So what are your 2 dots on life? Or what will your 2 dots on life be? Comment them down below, as I think it's really empowering to put them in writing and see what other people have to say. Also, I'd really appreciate it if you liked this video and subscribed to this channel, as I'd love to reach more people. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next Saturday.